All right, so are we ready to dive into this? Let's talk Hurricane Milton, Florida. Right. And, we like to go past those initial reports and really see what's happening now that the storm has moved on.
Yeah, we're looking at some reports from AP News, and, they've got some really powerful stories
Hmm.
about resilience, but also about, well, the huge challenges people are facing there.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the wind speed and all that stuff, but what's it actually like for people in the days and weeks after?
Exactly.
That's what we're looking at today.
We're talking over 2 million people still without power. Tampa's got that unsafe drinking water situation. It's going to be a long road back.
It really is. And it's interesting. One thing from these reports is the sense of relief. People grateful it wasn't as bad as Hurricane Helene. Imagine that, huh? Being relieved to just have a hurricane.
I know, it really gives you an idea of just how much fear there was leading up to this storm. Think about the predictions, the anxiety of thinking, oh no, is this going to be like last time?
Yeah. You see those pictures, right? Neighborhoods totally flooded. But then you read about this Ashley Cabrera. She had to stay in her house for days, flooding. And get this, she's not even in an area they consider hard hit.
Yeah, it just shows you how far-reaching something like this is. You think, oh, I'm inland, I'm good.
Mm.
But Milton went way past those first impact areas.
No kidding. And then there's this guy, Delaki, comes back to his place, seasonal resident, finds his access bridge, completely gone. Just poof. Imagine that. Just showing up and you're cut off.
It's like logistics nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Suddenly it's, I don't know, isolation, supplies, all those things you don't even think about at first.
The storm's just the start, isn't it? It's that stuff days and weeks later that really makes or breaks how fast everyone can get back to normal. And speaking of, the article mentions Tampa's water. Unsafe to drink till at least Monday. Can you imagine trying to just do life without clean water?
It's those things you don't think about when you're hearing those initial reports, But for people there, it's huge. Cooking, cleaning, brushing your teeth even, it all gets so much harder.
It's like you said, resilience. But man, they're up against it. And we haven't even talked about the long-term stuff. Economically, I mean. Like the article mentions this Florida Citrus Mutual Group. They're worried about the orange industry.
And that's a really important point. This industry was already dealing with that citrus greening disease, right? Now they've got these hurricanes on top of it.
How much can they take, What kind of help will they need to bounce back? Not just this season, but for years down the line.
Yeah, and that gets to that bigger issue, the economic stuff.
Mm.
Long term, right? The article mentions FEMA asking for more money, which always gets people talking. But those funds are so important, not just for right now, but for rebuilding, getting businesses back on their feet, that whole recovery.
It's like this rickle, a storm hits, and then you've got these waves going out, affecting businesses, people's jobs, everything. For months, maybe even years, it makes you think, You see the pictures, you hear about theme parks opening back up, you think, oh, okay, getting back to normal. Then it's like, wait, MacDill Air Force Base is still shut down? Damaged. Recovery's not so simple, huh?
It's never that straightforward, is it? And that's what we try to do here, right? Look deeper. It's not just the storm itself. It's the people, the money, all these things that last way longer than the news cycle.
For sure. And even with all that, there are these bright spots. Like the article talks about this Cindy Evers going around rescuing animals. A pig, a donkey, goats even. Who does that? It's incredible, that kind of caring when everything's a mess around you.
Right. It says something about people, doesn't it? And it's not just individuals. Punta Gorda, they actually got more people out this time than during Helene. They learned, adapted, and more people were safe because of it.
That's what I'm talking about. Even with these huge storms, communities can, I don't know, they figure it out. They rebuild even better sometimes. But it makes you think, as we kind of wrap up looking at Milton and the aftermath, what can any of us do to help these communities in the long run, I mean?
That's the question, isn't it? It's easy to feel like it's too big to even know where to start, but even small things help. Donating, supporting those businesses hit by the storm, even just staying informed about what they're dealing with, it all adds up.
So as you go about your day, don't just remember the destruction. Remember those stories of people helping people, communities pulling together, that sense that no matter what, people find a way to come back from this stuff.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.